A confident Albright team improved to 2-0 on the young season with a convincing 27-10 victory over Widener in its Middle Atlantic Conference opener on Saturday at Shirk Stadium. Dante Thomas, who also intercepted the pass, returned a fumble 63 yards for a touchdown with 9:54 to play in the opening quarter, giving Albright an early 7-0 lead. Steve Barroso jarred the ball loose from the receiver, and Thomas recovered and raced down the sideline for the first touchdown of the game. Albright turned to its special teams to extend the lead early in the second quarter. Louis Quinones blocked a punt, and Malik Gilmore scooped up the block and raced 34 yards into the end zone, upping the Lions' lead to 14-3. The Lions took a 17-3 lead into intermission after Daniel Sobolewski converted a 29-yard field goal with 4:45 to play before halftime. The Lions increased the lead to 24-3 when Mike Knight found Vinnie Williams from 7 yards out with 5:04 to play in the third quarter. The Lions' final points on the afternoon came courtesy of the booming right leg of Sobolewski. The All-American kicker drilled a 51-yard field goal with 11:42 to play in the fourth quarter to up the Albright lead to 27-3. Albright will return to action on Saturday, September 26th, when it visits Lycoming for a 1 p.m. kickoff.
I told our guys, from the very beginning of the week that this game would not be decided by talent. They have talent, we have talent, but it's not decided by talent, it's decided by who chooses excellence. And you don't choose excellence on game day, you have to choose it by what you're doing Monday through Friday, and then game day will take care of itself. And I think you saw that here today. Our defense was lights out all day long. Defensive score early, defense really, controlled them and kept them out of the end zone for 58 minutes and gave up that late one at the end. Our guys were dog tired. They were on the field for 91 snaps defensively. So to do the job that they did as many times as they were out there, it was just so impressive. I'm just so proud of those guys and Mike Neal and his staff and the job that they did in preparation this week. And then special teams was the difference maker today. A blocked punt, scoop and score. We pinned them inside their own 10-yard line once or twice. Sobes booted a kickoff off of the back wall here. And then, that field goal, I think it was 51 yards. Is that right? 51-yard field goal, that really kind of, in my mind, kind of put that game out of reach, given how much time was left and what they needed, and that kind of created, that special team stuff really created an avalanche of momentum that I don't think they were able to overcome. And then offensively, look, on offense, we did not play well in the first half. This is a great defense. First of all, they've got a lot of speed. They got great size and strength, and we struggled running the ball. We struggled pass protection, and at halftime, we have to lead 14-3 because of defense and special teams. But offensively, we hadn't been able to do anything. As a matter of fact, I told our guys, our offense at halftime, as I looked at the stat sheet, we had 28 total yards of offense at halftime. And looking at the numbers, 21 of those yards came on a fake punt with Barroso. So you take that away, and offensively, we had 7 yards of offense in the first half. And so, I just told our guys offensively, look, we've got to get it done here and keep our defense off the field. And we got to start carrying the load here because we're going to let this get away if we don't. And I challenged the O-line to control the line of scrimmage, and we came out the second half and we did that. I don't know what our numbers were in the second half, but I do know we had, in the end, we ended up with a touchdown and 2 field goals. We drove the field. We flipped the field on them. I think it was the first drive of the third quarter. We started at our own 6-yard line, and then, we drove the field, several first downs, and then we ended up punting and pinned them in at their own 5. So it was a 90-yard change of field position, on that first drive, and that kind of set that tone for the second half. And then, to be able to get that touchdown, down here in the third quarter, that separated us, and then that late field goal just kind of put it away. So, once again, offensively, I said to these guys is, you can't worry about what's happened. You have no control over what's happened. You got to focus on what you have control over, and that's what happens next. So let's win the next play. And we made a lot of mistakes early, but we didn't carry them around in a backpack and have them weigh us down. We just let them go and had a short memory, and we just focused on what we had control over, and I think we controlled that in the second half. So I'm really proud of these guys, and coming off of a bye week, I think certainly helped us. When you play a team like Salisbury in the opener, excuse me, Salisbury's a very physical football team, and so I think we needed, to lay off the banging a little bit to heal from that first game. But then the other part of it is defensively, when you play a triple option team, you have to change your whole defense. And we probably needed a bye week because we just needed a week just to get back to our regular stuff. And then this week we're able to get good at our regular stuff. So, the unfortunate part of that early bye week is now we got to go, 8 more in a row here, against tough conference competition. So we're excited. I'm proud of these guys. We're 1-0 today. Tomorrow morning we're back to 0-0, and we got to focus on what we got to do to be 1-0 next week against Lycoming.